Hello my darlings, and welcome back to my channel and to another video. So today I had a great idea a couple of days ago, and today I want to make it into fruition. So I thought about those super duper cult favorite, cult classic fragrances that you have in your face almost every time you take your phone and go to Instagram or any other platform. They are just everywhere. And some of these fragrances have been around for ages on the market. And they're like those cult classics, cult favorites. And I thought, why not make a video about those ones that you kinda have to at least try once in your lifetime, okay? Because some of those super duper overhyped fragrances are actually really good. So let's go ahead, jump right in. Of course, I tried to focus mostly on designer, and some of these are from 1992, okay? So these are like truly cult classics. But I also have fragrances that got so hyped over the past couple of years that you just cannot avoid them. I only have a couple of niche fragrances, those most popular here and there. And these are the ones that, in my opinion, are truly worth it. Of course, there is more, like let's say Byredo Gypsy Water and stuff like that, some Jo Malone fragrances that don't last at all. So I'm not including these ones that don't have a good performance, okay? Everything that's in here has great performance, price, okay, let's skip that subject, but in general are so popular that I'm sure you've heard about them. I'm sure you sniffed them maybe once or twice. And these, in my opinion, are really worth trying. And a lot of them are signature scent worthy. So let's go ahead, get into them. But before we do, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. And of course, there's another cult classic fragrance on the rise, and that is Kind Intentions, and it is from Navadus, and this is my collaboration with them, which is the second one, because the first one is right here, and that is Venom of Love, which is already super hyped up. But Kind Intentions is the new one, and this is one of the most unique fragrances for spring and summer. So if you want to have something very unique in your collection, sweet, a little bit powdery, but yet fresh, then go ahead and check this out. But since it's been around on the market for, I guess, 2 months now, I'm not gonna officially include it in this video, okay? But let's go through those ones that are really classic. So the first one that I have here is from Dolce Gabbana, and it is the one. The original, the one. There are so many flankers of this, however, most of them have been discontinued, and you only have the gold version now and the original. I have worn this fragrance for many years, and this is truly a classic. Truly a classic from the brand and in general in designer world. This is a vanilla fragrance, but it is extremely classy. This is black tie and little black dress appropriate, but also great for every day. This is a classy woman in a bottle, in my opinion, but it still gives you nice vanilla with some fruits. So, you know, it's not boring, it's not too straightforward. However, when you smell it, you know this is it, okay? You just know, you will know immediately. So Dolce & Gabbana, the one. I know it might be not for everyone, however, it is a cult classic, and if you haven't had it yet, then go for it. It is not expensive these days. It still has a very decent performance, I must say. I bought this bottle recently and I cannot complain at all. So yeah, that's the first one. And let's maybe finish Dolce Gabbana, because I have another fragrance that to me is absolutely classic, and that is Light Blue. However, I would recommend the intense version, of course, because it lasts longer, it is more dense, and sweeter. So this is an absolute classic of a fragrance from the brand and in designer world again in general. This is one of the best citruses that you can get just, you know, out of your drugstore basically, or Sephora. And you know, it's been around for years, truly forever. The original Eau de Toilette, I think it's been on the market for almost 20 years by now. I remember being a little girl and my aunties and my mom would wear them, so I think it's been a long time. Now with the intense version, I personally much prefer it. You can still go for the original, however this one will be denser, it will be sweeter, and it will be obviously way more long lasting. I love this scent. It is very sexy, musky citrus that it's also quite fruity. It has some apple to it. So yeah, cult classic, cult favorite, absolutely have to have it at least once in your life. Okay, now we're gonna have a little break because I want to show you something that's really, really nice. And this is a jewelry piece from JEULIA Jewelry. If you don't know, I have a massive discount code with JEULIA Jewelry and I have been wearing their pieces since I've started my channel. And this is that one beautiful brand that has been supporting me forever. And one of the first brands that truly believed in me. So I will always, always be grateful. But there's another piece that I found at their website that I fell in love with, and I want to show you because you might love it too. So it is a bracelet. Of course, they have beautiful packaging for gifting and stuff. So if someone has birthday or you want to get a nice gift for someone special in your life, then JEULIA is great. And this is a bracelet, and it is a tennis bracelet. However, it is way easier to wear because instead of a normal clasp, you have this. Okay, you have this little dingly ding that actually looks really pretty on your hand, and the other side looks like this, which is a beautiful emerald cut JEULIA stone. They have their special stones always set into their jewelry, and they're super high quality. They always shine like diamonds. I love them. The bracelet is sterling silver. So this is how it looks. Look how beautifully it blings. And I love to wear it alone, but also I love to combine it with my gold jewelry because I love that mixture of diamonds and some gold as well. And this is how it looks when worn. So you can see it properly. Absolutely gorgeous. As always, super, super high quality. I'm definitely gonna wear it for my summer vacation, and I honestly don't think I'm gonna take it off. But for the purpose of this video, just let me show you. At the end of that little dingle, you also have stones. I hope you can see properly, but it's so well made that they even thought about the little ending of the bracelet. See, I hope you can see properly. It's so pretty and so well made, as their whole shop. Every single piece I have from JEULIA lasts forever, so check them out. I have a discount, why not use it? And yeah, if you like jewelry like I do, you will absolutely love this. They have so many other styles of that kind of bracelet. They have a round cut of a stone as well. I might get it next time actually, because I really like how it looks stacked together as well. But yeah, I really like that simple design of this one. So yeah, that's the bracelet. And now let's move on to another fragrance. So I'll try to go brand by brand, but I can mix it up sometimes because it's my channel, right? We've got Lancome, and this can kind of go into each direction because it's like their Maison Lancome collection. However, it's so hyped up. Everybody has been talking about it before I started my channel, and it is of course Oud Bouquet. This whole range in general is very popular. Comparing to some other private or maison collections of designer houses, this one I feel like you truly need to try and have it if you like oud. Now, it is very sweet and it is quite polarizing. However, This is one of the most beautiful ouds that you will find for a woman. I don't like it on a man. I'm gonna tell you straight away, I really don't like it on a man. In my opinion, it's just way too sweet and way too rosy. On a woman though, if you wanna be the most bougie Princess Jasmine from Aladdin, then this is the way to go, in my opinion. If you're not afraid of heavier fragrances that leave a massive bubble, then you will love Oud Bouquet, and it is a cult classic at the moment, I feel like, because it's been around for a while. All right, last Lancome. I know you might say there are other absolute cult classics like okay, let's not say Idol is a cult classic these days. No, it's not yet. But Poème or something like that. Yeah, there are so many fragrances that have been around forever from the brand, I know. But one of the Lancome ones that is super hyped up, and it's been like that for years, is of course Tresor, La Nuit Tresor range. This one here is actually à la folie, which is already discontinued. However, I would say the original is still phenomenal. Actually, it's in my mom's house. She wears it very often, and I kept à la folie for myself. And I also have the Intense one, which is the newest release. So there are so many to choose from, but I feel like no matter which one you go with, you know, according to your preference, you'll be very happy. And they are popular for a very good reason. First of all, phenomenal performance on these fragrances. Not all the flankers, but the original and the à la folie and the Intense one, the newest one, is very good. And even though they are sweet and gourmand leaning, they are very unique, and when you smell it, you will immediately know it's La Nuit Tresor. Especially that the original has that nice slightly smoky and papyrus note to it, so it does get quite unique. I love them, not always. It's not like I've been loving them and using them forever. I've had phases with that, but in general, cult classic, cult favorite, yeah. You have to have it at least once in your life. Okay, what's next? Versace. Let's go to the house of Versace. Let's meet Donatella, and let's say that, in my opinion, a cult classic is Crystal Noir. Again, it's been around for years. I remember being a teenager and my mom would be wearing it a ton, and it's still around for a good reason. It is a very dark, ambery, slightly spicy floral. It does have some coconut to it. It has some orange flower and gardenia and ginger, and quite a bit of spices at the top, but then it gets creamy. I wouldn't say it's the sweetest fragrance, but it's definitely very sexy and sensual, and it does have very nice performance till this day. So I highly recommend. I have Eau de Parfum here with me. There's also Eau de Toilette, but I would say go with Eau de Parfum, because why not, right? If you can, just go with the Eau de Parfum. It's always nicer. So Versace Crystal Noir, definite cult classic and favorite, and one of the most popular fragrances from Versace. So that is that. Next, I have something from Dior. I have two fragrances that are absolute cult classics. So the first one is that doughy vanilla that people went crazy for, and this is Hypnotic Poison. Very sexy, men love it. I feel like this is a fragrance that still smells modern for some reason. You can still totally wear it and people will always compliment you. This to me is the perfect sweater weather fragrance. I love wearing it when I'm like in a fluffy sweater or under I shouldn't speak. My job should not involve speaking, right? I love wearing it when I'm under the blankets or something and it's raining and it's cold and it's so nice and fluffy and cozy. One of the best vanillas from designer world, and it's so old. It's just as old as me, I think. So a good one, a good one. It doesn't last and it's not as dense as it used to be years back, but it's still good. I like it. I don't know which batch I have, but it's not the newest one, so mine is still quite powerful, and I've had it for at least 5 years in my collection, this bottle, and I still have a lot because I really do not need that much, so I love it. Yeah, cult classic, absolutely. And last from Dior is another absolute cult classic with many flankers to it. This is Dior Addict, and this is another vanilla. However, this one is like white floral vanilla, also very powdery, even more powdery than Hypnotic Poison. And if you like orange blossom and if you like jasmine, but add to it a very heavy dose of powderiness and vanilla, then this is a scent for you. This is definitely a mature fragrance, but I love it. You know, I don't see myself, especially doing what I do, I don't see myself not having it in my collection, because this is a fragrance that you kind of have to have if you love perfumes, because again, it's a cult classic. So yeah, this is, I think, third or fourth version of it that's been released, and it's still lovely. I love it. Still very nice performance, and it gives you a hug. So yeah, that's that. Now maybe let's move on to Viktor and Rolf, and of course you guys already know what I'm going to show you. Here we have it, Viktor and Rolf Flowerbomb, the original. Of course, it's a cult classic with so many versions to it, as per usual here. But this one, even though it gets very, very hefty with their price tag, I feel like they do not compromise their quality, unlike Chanel with their handbags, right? This still stays just as long lasting, this still stays just as well performing, and the scent didn't change that much throughout the years. The only thing I would say, I remember back in the day, it would be a little bit more tea-like and zesty, whereas now it's even sweeter than it used to be, and it's even denser. I never have problems with the longevity of it. It's a cult classic, and you know, for a good reason. It's a beautiful fruit truly. I again have phases when I don't really love it, but you have to have it at least once in your life, in my opinion. Absolutely. All right, what do we have next? YSL. I know there are so many fragrances from YSL that you can call a cult favorite, cult classic. However, nothing really comes to my mind more than one of the more recent releases, like, you know, comparing to the ones from 20 years ago, right? And that is Libre. So many flankers already on the market. This is the original. The other one I have is the Le Parfum version, which I love, and I think it's my favorite. But I think doesn't really matter which one you go with. If you love the scent profile, you will probably love all of them. Of course, there are so many dupes, and that's how I also know it's a cult favorite. If other brands like Zara and Arabic brands and other designer brands get inspired by a fragrance and create something very similar. So this is it. Very, very hyped up scent. So many people love it, so many people don't love it, but this is a vanilla that has a heavy dose of lavender, so some people actually find it masculine leaning. To me, not really. It is still sweet, it's still very vanillic, and it's beautiful. Quite linear throughout the day, but great longevity, and it's very calming because of that lavender and white floral, so I really like it. So let's move on. Chanel, shall we? First one, Chance. This is the EDP. I'm talking about the whole range. You guys know, my favorite from this range is Eau Fraiche, the green one. I'll always have it in my collection no matter what happens. But as a classic, I would say Chance Eau de Parfum. This is the shit. Beautiful fragrance. It is a musky patchouli with some pepperiness and also quite fresh. Very, very appropriate for pretty much any occasion. I know people who wear it as a bride, as a wedding guest, just for work, even for a party if you're bougie like that and you want to smell super classy. So yeah, another cult classic, super duper hyped up fragrance, as the whole range is. So I really like it, and I think you should have it once in your collection, at least one of the flankers. And the other Chanel that I have is of course Coco Mademoiselle, and this is the original. I love this, even though it has so many years and you know it's not the newest kid on the block, of course, but I think it's still timeless. It's very classic, and I really think that every woman should own it at least once in her life, you know? Beautiful performance. Again, even though they absolutely destroyed their handbag business, in my opinion, they didn't compromise on the fragrance. I think it still performs beautifully. There's also intense version that I love, but one or the other, you're good to go. Just try it if you haven't already, which sounds impossible to me, but maybe you haven't. So there you go. Another one comes from Niche, and this is a cult favorite because it's one of those introduction niche fragrances that people would talk about even before perfume YouTube started to be quite popular. So that was one of the first that people would buy if they wanted to get into niche. And that is Montale Intense Cafe, of course. Gorgeous rose, coffee and heavy vanilla. Super duper long lasting and beautiful performance. Massive compliment getter, might be cloying. But if you love fragrances similar to me, you will die for it. So that is Montale. Another fragrance that I have here is from Jo Malone, and this is Myrrh and Tonka. I think this is one of those more quality Jo Malone fragrances. It really does last. To me, it's absolutely unisex. As the name suggests, it's Myrrh and Tonka. There's also some lavender here. Beautiful, beautiful cologne intense. However, it does perform as a great quality eau de parfum, which is very rare with Jo Malone. But this one I highly recommend. It's a classic from the brand and in perfume community, so you gotta have it once in your life. All right, what's next? Okay, let's go with this one. You guys gonna kill me, but what can you do? It's a cult classic, cult favorite now. Baccarat Rouge. I will always recommend it. I always recommend you great dupes. I do. So you don't have to pay that hefty price. But I wouldn't be as happy if I didn't have it in my collection, you know. Maybe it's because of what I do, but also me being a snobby monster for perfumes. I feel like I just gotta have it. I try not to use it anymore because I have 200 ml, and this is the second bottle that I've used up, and you know, I'm kind of running low. So I'm just gonna keep using the dupes, and I'm gonna stay away from this bottle because I don't need to use it, you know what I mean? I have so many dupes that I'm fine. But either you go for a dupe of it or the original shebang. You have to have it once in your life, like at least once in your life. You just gotta have it, and if you don't love it, just spray your rooms with it. I don't know, but it's one of my favorites. What can I say? And it is so hyped up for a good reason. Like, just see how many dupes of it there are on the market, starting from Zara, ending on actually the best niche houses. It says a lot. Okay. This got hyped up a couple of years ago because of Rihanna, and it's of course Kilian's Love Don't Be Shy. I don't think any fragrance from Kilian got so much hype as this one. To me, it's phenomenal. I still love it. I use it. You know, I'm again running a little bit low because this is my perfect handbag fragrance because of the bottle and how small it is and how easy it is to use. But look at my juice. I have that older batch still. Oh, I love it. And I love to rub it in your noses because some of you hate me for that batch. But I personally adore it. What can I say? And this one has very good performance. What do I have next? Okay, of course, from Mugler, at least once in your life, you have to get Alien. right? It's not as good as it used to be, of course, but this has been my cult favorite for years. I actually have joined Mugler Alien cult. It's religion for me. That's how much I love it. So I'm hoping that one day there will be something on the market that's better than this. But it's hard, you know? But yeah, at least once in your life. And if you're not Alien team, then of course get Angel once in your life. I'm not Team Angel, so I'm not gonna show it to you because I wouldn't need it in my life at all. But I do have some flankers that are phenomenal. But again, if it's not Alien, it's Angel, right? So one or the other you have to have once in your life at least. So I'm gonna go with Alien, of course. But you do you, boo. Okay, what do we have next? From Guerlain. Super old house, right? And many people would show you Insolence here or Shalimar. However, I don't really love those fragrances, to be very honest with you. And to me, at this point, a cult favorite for me and so many of you is actually Mon Guerlain. And this is actually the intense version. No matter which one you go with, you'll be more than happy. This is such a beautiful, classy, yet sexy vanilla, suitable for any occasion, to the point that it's gonna be a perfect wedding scent. Adore it, adore it. Super long lasting, the original and the intense, beautiful performance, compliment getter, and I think it's gonna be around forever. I don't think they will ever discontinue this range. So Mon Guerlain, at least once you have to have it. All right, next from Givenchy, we have the original L'Interdit. Of course, it's been released for Audrey Hepburn first, and it's not the same at all to what we have here today. However, I think it's a cult classic with so many flankers. It's a cult favorite, one of the best tuberose from designer market. Lingers for hours and hours in the air and on your skin, so you're paying a great price for what you're getting, because this is truly quality. I wouldn't say that about every single Givenchy fragrance, but this is true quality, so I cannot complain. I do recommend. So that is L'Interdit, a cult favorite. Now, next one, this is not around on the market for years and years, but it's been since 2014 or 15, I think. So it's been a couple of years and so many flankers. Every year, a new release. And it is my cult favorite as well. I joined that religion too, okay? So this is Paco Rabanne Olympia. One of the best salty vanillas. And you can tell me what you want, but you can say what you want, but you won't change my feelings. You know what I mean? This is so good. So, so good. Long lasting till this day, even though the original bottle was like the ish, right? It would linger in the air for hours and hours. This one is not as strong, but it's still decent. I get around 8 hours on my clothes and skin, so it's not bad. But if you want a beautiful solar-like, beachy, but yet super cozy and appropriate for winter too, vanilla, then Olympia. That's it. And if you want to feel like a goddess, this is it. What else? What else? Some honorable mentions before we go. I have Scandal from Jean Paul Gaultier, because I don't think La Belle is there yet, but Scandal definitely is. And of course, from Armani, Rouge Malachite, super hyped up fragrance. Everybody wanted it at one point in time, so I think it's definitely worth trying, at least in your life for once. And you know, I could also showcase to you Carolina Herrera Good Girl, but I just don't really love the original, and I feel like it would be kind of cheating to show you only a flanker, because you know, even if I show you a flanker here, I still recommend the original, and with that one I don't. So I hope you get my logic before you come at me in the comments. Why isn't Carolina Herrera good here? That's why. I don't recommend the original. So if you have any cult favorite fragrance on your mind, leave it in the comments below. I would be more than happy. And that's it, guys, for today. I really hope you like this list. It's a little bit different. So I hope you enjoyed it, and see you in my next one. Bye.